Alright guys, let me grab my coffee. Somebody was just commenting to me yesterday and I told them, I was like, my overhead online is a whole lot less than my coffee app. It really, really is. What I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to do this video and tell you the truth guys, I'm going to send this out to you because I'm also doing another video, training video on how to send out email broadcast messages using your blog posts, and so for those of you inside the training system, expect that here pretty soon. For those of you who are here because you want to learn a little bit more about images, maybe you're a beginner to online marketing, my name is David Boozer. I have literally, and I'm working currently with a few large companies, teaching them how to basically take advantage of the internet better. I've also worked with hundreds of small business owners, thousands of individuals, possibly just like you, trying to figure out how to build and brand and manage a business online. One of those perfect little strategies and little platforms is images. Images are really, really, really unique because they can really pull you in. It's a fact that our brains as human beings notices shapes and images before we notice words or even read words. So the thing is that an image can be really, really important. It can be that little, just that little thing that gets people to go, oh, click. That little moment. But there are a few things that you need to know, especially as far as search engines are concerned and optimizing your images and everything else. And let's go through that real quick. This is some pretty simple stuff, guys. If you're in WordPress, which I suggest, if you're not on WordPress or even Blogger or whatever, you don't have a chance in anything trying to do this and optimize that image. But I want to show you exactly how this works first. If you take and you see you have a Google search up here, okay? We've got the Google search right here. We've got 1 listing, 2 listing, 3 listing, etc. Okay? We've got our link right here to that particular piece of content. And then, of course, underneath it, you've got your little description. And right over here, you have these little arrows right here. And this is something that came out a while back from Google, and I thought it was a great thing. Because this actually, I'll tell you what, I get a lot of opt-ins and a lot of people clicking on, first off, because I'm usually above the fold here. I'm within the first 5 links all the time. Most of the time. So that really helps out. But the thing is that I don't oversell on that particular piece of content. I don't oversell everything on my website. I try to keep it as simple as possible. One of the things that you'll notice is that, let's say that you were looking up, whatever. I don't even have to give you one. Let's just say you were looking something up and you decided to hover your little mouse, your little mouse right over this thing, okay? What's going to happen, guys, is that this right here is going to pop up. It's going to show you basically what the page looks like. Now, I look at these things constantly when I'm doing keyword research, looking at my competition, because I want to see what's going on first before I click onto some site and it's just a bunch of sales stuff. If it's a bunch of sales stuff, then I know that my competition is low for that person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over this. It's going to pop this up. Now, here's the deal, guys. It's going to show the sidebar stuff. Okay? It's going to show the sidebar. It's going to show the title section of the site. It's going to show the title of the piece. And it's going to show content to about right here. This is why I put in an image, 3 paragraphs, and a video. Okay, but I'm going to put this image in right here. The thing is that it captures people's eyes, and if you can get your blog to look really nice and kind of pretty, people really pay attention to that. They really, really do. As a matter of fact, you can go around looking at my stuff, Googling my stuff, and you'll always notice that I usually, 98% of the time, there's an image right here and a video right there, period. And the thing is that I noticed when I started adding that image and that video right there, my click-through rate through the roof. As a matter of fact, my opt-in rate ended up going up between 35 and 40% on most days. So it's been pretty awesome. Optimizing an image is actually rather simple. Rather simple, guys. It's very, very simple. As a matter of fact, you're just filling out a few things on these images. when you're loading up an image, of course you're going to have a title to that image. Okay? I suggest this title being the basically at least 3 to 4 keywords that you're using from that particular piece of content. Then you're going to look at what's called the alt text. The alt text is basically just the alternate text. This is basically what the search engines are going to read. So once again, what I suggest is actually about 2 to 3 keywords from that title of that piece. Now, there's another box right here. I usually don't pay attention to the caption part. I don't like too many captions in my stuff unless it really makes sense. If you want to add a caption, I think that's fine and dandy, but it better be a good serious call to action. And if you're going to do that, then add it, okay? I don't usually add captions to my piece of content. I usually don't. Once in a while, once in a blue moon. If I do that, it's not the one at the top. It's probably one of the ones down at the bottom. Yeah, sometimes I'll have 2 images in there. One at the top, one towards the bottom. Description. Very important, guys. This is one of those, like, it's as important as these other 2 right here. These are the ones that you really pay attention to. Description. I usually use at least 5 or 6 words, or what I will do is use exact title to the whole piece of content. That's what I will do. So, just so you know, guys, what I'm doing with my images, I had somebody the other day, about a week ago, contact me like, dude, I was looking up images, man, and I kept finding you, and I kept finding you, and I kept finding you. He was like, how are you doing this? That is exactly how I did that. There was really nothing else to it. I think that when it comes down to images and things like that, guys, you know, if you're putting out a piece on a travel company, and maybe you're into travel blogging and you're talking about Alaska, why not having a good image of an Alaskan cruise up top and maybe down at the bottom? And this is something else I'll just let you know. If this is your piece of content right here, let's do this right now, and you've got your image, and make sure you size your images, guys. There's always this little tiny bar right here at the top of the blog. It kind of lets you know how wide this blog area is. I usually try to keep it just as wide. So you'll always see mine will be somewhere around 640 by, you know, 230. Some blogs, it can be a little different for every, you know, each blog, but, or each theme, but, you know, don't worry about that. So then I got my video, and then I got more paragraphs, and then once in a while, you'll see that there's an image right here. Now this image can have a caption. I usually keep these images usually around 250 by 250 or 275 by 250. Something very simple. This right here I will make clickable. Okay, and underneath the description, when you're filling out the description for your image, it says link, it says image link. You can actually replace that with a link to anywhere that you want people to go if they were to click on this image. So just something to keep in mind, and I think that's actually a good thing to have them go somewhere else. Go to your sales funnel, go to another piece of information, go somewhere that you want them to be. And make sure that, that's right, it's got good anchor text, good keyword usage in that thing. But I will have that right there. That's pretty much what it will look like. And this hugs up here. You can hug this up right there in your WordPress. So you can hug it up, keep it centered. If you're going to center images, I hate it when they're small and they're centered like this. It just looks goofy. Make it nice and wide. Make it thick. Make it so people can see it. But keep the images as often as you can. Keep them the same sizes. If they're the ones at the bottoms and they're always 300 by 300, keep them 300 by 300. If up here they're 640 by 230, always keep them 640 by 230. This way it increases load time as well, speed for your site to load for people and that particular page. So anyways, hope you guys got a lot out of this. Just a little bit about the different types of images. You know, if I was going to do this and I had a cruise, you know, an image of a cruise ship up here, down here might be a 300 by 300 or maybe 3 bears or something really cute or cool or funny about Alaska, because if that's what I'm talking about, I'm going to keep everything on the same note. I'm not going to throw up, you know, crazy images that don't really hit home for me. When picking out images, pick out things that attract you, because they're going to attract other people. It's just the way it is. Don't just throw up images willy-nilly. Images really do count, because the thing is that, once again, that's how our human brain works. We notice the shape, we notice the image. It's the first thing that we always see on things, is shapes and images, before we look at words in anything else like that. So anyways, thank you guys very much again, no matter what. God bless.